Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture's My Life. Now, in this episode, I want to focus on breakfast, okay? I want to discuss the worst breakfast habits for inflammation. Because, like, many individuals feel, okay, I had a good breakfast, so I can get through my day. Okay. Now, it's all about the type of food that you eat that's going to give you that quality qi and blood that's created by your middle jiao, which consists of your stomach and spleen, to an acupuncturist. Now, so it's important what you put in your mouth every morning. Because, in my professional opinion, breakfast is your most important meal. But you don't want to start your day off by ingesting foods that's going to get you inflamed internally, because then you're going to be feeling sluggish and you're not going to think right. You're going to experience brain fog and among other things, okay? Because you have to understand inflammation is a really tricky medical condition. Yes, it's a necessary process for the body to heal itself from injury, which is called, and I explained this in a previous episode, this is called acute inflammation. But you see, on the other hand, it's chronic inflammation that tends to lead to serious health issues and even illness if it's left unaddressed. Why? Because chronic inflammation can cause, let's say, autoimmune disorders, exposure to toxins, obesity, and more. And chronic inflammation also plays a key role in diseases like diabetes, certain types of cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's. So it's important that you watch what you put in your mouth, because as the saying goes, you are what you eat. And this is why it's best to make acupuncture part of your life, because you could sit with your acupuncturist and undergo an Eastern nutrition consultation session, or even several of them. Okay, because, having that breakfast that's going to get you inflamed or keep you inflamed is not good. And then there's a flip side to it. And that's regularly skipping breakfast. And that's something you also do not want to do, because, again, I said breakfast is your most important meal. So you want to make sure you eat a healthy breakfast. And that's what's going to, one, help reduce inflammation if you're suffering from chronic inflammation. But I noticed that some people sometimes tend to skip breakfast and just grab a coffee on the go. And and to be honest with you, there's a connection between inflammation and consistently skipping breakfast. Why? Because habitually skipping breakfast can lead to higher concentrations of C-reactive protein, which is a marker of inflammation in your body. And you'll more so get this in slightly older adults than you would the younger population. But the younger population is quick to just pick up a latte and that's it. That's called breakfast, and that's not good. And then along with skipping breakfast, many tend to have poor diets. Okay? And that leads into individuals that love eating refined carbohydrates. So you're stopping at your local Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, whatever, and along with that coffee, you're grabbing donuts, bagels, croissants. These are all refined carbs that are leading culprits when it comes to inflammation. And it's considered one of the worst breakfast habits to have. And you see these donuts and things and croissants, they're loaded with sugar. Loaded with sugar. Among other things which tend to contribute to inflammation. So if you're on a run and you feel, oh my gosh, I don't have time to stop and cook or even make a smoothie, you should always have fruits in your refrigerator. You can pick up an apple. You can grab an orange and then grab a banana off the counter. Start with that. Grab an herbal tea bag so when you get to the office, you just need hot water from the hot water dispenser to cap it off. Okay, and I'm just throwing ideas out there. Why? Because health is wealth. The wealth isn't in your wallet. It's not in your purse or your pocket. The wealth is not under the doghouse in the backyard, nor is it in your bank account. And it's definitely not under your mattress. The wealth is in you. And I take it that's why you listen to Acupuncture's My Life podcast. And another issue is drinking sugar-sweetened beverages. These lattes and oh my gosh. Sugar-sweetened drinks in the morning tend to lead to inflammation as well as other unwanted health problems. Because excessive sugar intake tends to encourage the growth of inflammatory gut bacteria, which can, one, increase your risk of obesity, as well as increase your risk of inflammatory bowel disease. Because these simple sugars tend to contribute to blood sugar spikes and drops as well. So it's like a roller coaster effect. So to an acupuncturist, you're destroying your spleen qi, and then you destroy spleen qi, you're destroying stomach qi as well. So now you become both spleen and stomach qi deficient, which leads to a myriad of yin disorders, yang disorders, blood disorders, accumulation of phlegm dampness in the body. Okay, because sugar consumption, like through sugary beverages, again, increases C-reactive protein markers. So when you go do your blood work and you see your CRP numbers are high, it's a sign of internal inflammation. You definitely want to reduce the sugar, especially when you're putting it in your coffee. I've seen so many individuals globally, not just in the United States, but a lot in my travels, especially in the airports. They'll grab a cup of coffee and there's like 9-10 packs of sugar going. I'm like, whoa, I have to turn away. It's like death to the eyes. I can't watch that. That's insane. I mean, you have to stop. If you can stop with coffee, period. You know, there are places that will give you a hot cup of water. Some of these coffee stands, they have hot water. See if they'll sell it to you. And pop an herbal tea bag in it. Some of these coffee stands or shops in the airport even sell tea. But buying a cup of coffee and just going crazy with the sugar, it's not a good way to manage chronic inflammation. And if you're not suffering from it, you would be shortly. If that's what you're doing. Because again, chronic inflammation is linked to diseases such as diabetes, metabolic syndrome, cardiovascular disease, more and more. But you have to look to get away from coffee. Another is eating these fast food breakfasts from McDonald's or wherever, Taco Bell, wherever, loaded with artificial trans fats. I mean, you're looking to really make it hard for your acupuncturist, right? But whenever you decide to see one, if you're already seeing one, the likelihood of you going to these places are really, 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 really low. You get those that are seeing acupuncturists and they cheat every now and then because they want to stress their acupuncturists out, I guess. But a lot of these foods are made with lots of trans fats, which tend to cause inflammation and negatively impacts heart health. Because these foods like the treats that come with it, or the fried fast food breakfasts, pastries, baked goods, they tend to be made with margarine or vegetable shortenings and certain non-dairy coffee creamers for the coffees they sell, which tend to identify as having hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oils in the foods. This isn't good. It's not good at all. And it's just like I said, if you undergo regular wellness visits with your acupuncturist, you'll understand what I'm saying. But in the meantime, I really need you guys to just do me a favor and stop what you're doing. If you're lifting something heavy, rest it down. If you're crossing the street, hurry up and safely get across the street. If you're operating a vehicle that has wheels, pull over. If it flies, autopilot. Hit that button real quick. Because I need you to close your eyes right now, and I need you to say to yourself, acupuncture is my life. And now open them. Boom. You are now brand new. And brand new you are. But again, you are what you eat, and you really want to be careful with what you're putting in your mouth. Even at breakfast, especially at breakfast. But just period. Because a lot of people like bacon and sausage and other types of like processed meats. Those increase your inflammatory markers as well. Okay, so you really want to get those out of your diet. And I get those that want to debate, just really go into it and say, well, what if I cut it down? Instead of totally getting rid of it. And I understand that. You've grown used to it. You've consumed this for decades. It's hard to quit. Sit with an acupuncturist. They will help you make the appropriate adjustments in your diet. Just simply make acupuncture part of your life, okay? Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?